welcome to the first episode of Sonic X Superfans. I am Lincoln, also known as NuxFan169, as I'll be referring to myself from now on.
I'm
Yes.
And
Nux. Wait, I gotta get a fucking. I gotta
Yeah.
get some notepad.
How did you not have these names already picked out, David?
yeah, this is what we've been calling ourselves every time we've watched these.
First of all,
masturbating.
it's Big the Dave. Secondly,
Ooh, nice.
I'm Yugi boy.
I'm sorry, what the fuck, Anthony?
I'm Yugi boy.
Now, Anthony, I know they look the same. They are both epic stories of love and betrayal. But where the fuck is Yugi in this show?
He's Knuckles.
He's Knuckles.
Okay. Well, I'm already Knuckles fan, so let's try again. All right, Jake, as he's crying, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jake, also known as XX_creamy dreamy_XX.
You spoiled the entire show.
You fucking spoiled it.
I only spoiled the
All
first episode. It's okay.
Oh my god, that's right. All right, Anthony, you got a new name? You fucking traitor.
XX Shadow is awesome. XX.
Okay, that's close to acceptable. That's good.
Can we just call you Anthony?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call you Shadow.
Oh yeah,
Shadow boy.
Found you, Baker.
Boy.
we're all fakers.
All right.
Yeah, Shadow. One. All right. For some
So,
reason, my sticky note page is like taking forever to fucking boot up. But
Oh, that's for your notes.
yeah.
So we decided to do the world service to advertise the best show ever made, Sonic X.
Yeah.
And by doing so, we're going to cover the plot synopsis and our notes for each episode for season 1, at least.
Yes, and
Maybe all of them.
hopefully we'll get paid for it.
I mean, Sega, wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
You've done worse, and you know it.
You hoard harder. You hoard harder. Wait, can we swear in this? This is for kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, fuck yeah.
No, this is an adult show, David. How the fuck dare you suggest
Yeah.
that we advertise this to kids?
Dare you?
Don't you remember that scene in Sonic X that made you feel things a kid could never understand?
Arousal?
Frustration?
Yeah, like, do we
Dude.
really want kids to feel frustration?
Are you talking about
Not
the
fun.
arousal, or are you talking about the regret?
All right.
All right.
So,
Should we go?
sorry, what was that, David?
Shall we begin?
Well, before we begin, we also did this because of quarantine fun. But let's,
That's the main reason why we're actually doing this. This whole quarantine situation's kind of made us nuck and fuck.
Yeah, we're all having a great time, and we want to give that all to you, the people.
So out of
Sure.
out of totally not losing our goddamn minds, we decided to watch the greatest anime that ever lived.
Oh, I thought we were doing
Hell yeah.
Paper Mario.
I mean, we're doing that.
yeah.
I mean, we're doing that too, as the main show.
That's a kid's show, Anthony.
It's a baby
Yeah, no.
game.
Yeah, stupid fucking idiot.
All right. So before we read our notes, I'm going to read the wiki synopsis for the first episode
Okay.
and its title.
All right.
So episode 1 is called Supersonic Hero Appears. In parentheses, it says Chaos Control Freaks.
Yes.
At the
Go ahead. Sorry.
I want
sorry.
to point out the interesting thing, though. So you watch it on Netflix like we did. The first episode title that we got was the parentheses title, Chaos Control Freaks. But
Yeah,
then,
maybe the first one is the Japanese title.
Yeah.
then in the
Translated.
second episode, the title that we got was Infiltrate Area 99, which is the title
Yeah.
that's not in the parentheses.
How dare this Wikipedia be weird? Or maybe it's hard to tell which one fucked up, Netflix or
Pretty
this.
sure
Netflix.
Netflix.
It could be
Yeah.
4 kids, could be any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them are known to make mistakes. Now, do we have our own title for this episode?
Yes,
I'm not sure about that.
it is Creamy Dreamy.
Oh, right.
Dreamy.
Right.
Goddamn dreamy.
Who says that?
Uh,
Someone
Eggman.
says that in
Eggman.
the episode.
Eggman
says
says
it.
it.
Oh,
to
hell yeah.
Cream.
That's beautiful. It's
All
beautiful
right,
shit.
so let's get
Sorry, let me read the synopsis here. At the end of the battle for the Chaos
quick.
Emeralds with Dr. Eggman, Sonic crosses time and space and ends up in the human world. He rushes through the highway and is met with the high-speed patrol group S-Team, who try to stop him, but he easily outruns them. After the chase, Sonic ends up running through the highway's blockade and falls into the mansion's pool, which he can't swim out from. He is then rescued by a boy named Chris, who lives in the mansion due to his parents being busy with their jobs as a technology business CEO and movie star.
So
boom.
that's a weird way to phrase that. He lives there because they're busy.
Yeah.
I think he lives
Not,
there.
not for other
Good.
reasons.
I think he lives there because it's his home and his family's rich. If they weren't so
I mean-
busy but still as rich, I'm guessing he would
What?
still live
That's-
there.
that's semantics.
Yeah, you don't know. Maybe Chris has his own job. You never know. He has his own
He's
life.
just taking care of the house.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
The other
There's only like
slave maids.
there's only like 2 people who actually run the house.
So, was
yeah.
I the only one who thought it was weird that in the first episode that fucking Sonic when he because like Mobius to their world in this 1st
Mhm.
episode, right?
Yeah.
Was I the only one that thought it
Yeah.
was weird that when Sonic like wakes up in the middle of town, he sees these fucking people on the like with traffic and shit. He looks around and he goes,
Yeah.
"They talk." So is Eggman just not a human, or is he?
Shut up.
Or is he just that? Or is he just that fucking weird looking that he doesn't even know what a human is?
That is a good point, because Eggman is pretty close to what humans look like in this show.
I mean,
But, he's weird.
I mean,
Isn't he like 7 foot too?
yeah, he's
Yeah,
some
he's huge.
fucking weird. Yeah. So if I mean, the game says in the game series he's a human, but I don't know in the show technically.
So you're saying Sonic says that the humans talk?
He wakes up and he
Sonic
sees everyone, he sees the fucking cars and they scream, "Hey, get out of the road!" And
And he's surprised they can talk.
Yes.
That is a great question. I just have to assume in Mobius there are humans, there are animals, and that's the animals in Mobius. That's the canon in the show, is my current guess.
Sure. Fuck it.
They're naked in the wild, just like God intended.
God.
So,
so
my first point is just that the episode starts off with the best character, Big the Cat, and it was really mean of them to tease us with his presence.
He's gonna be there.
Yes.
And then make him.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be there. He was caught in the chaos control thing that was on set by a robot shooting a tube in the middle of the room.
Right. But that's revealed later. We find out later what happened there.
Yes,
Oh,
we
we
do.
Well, they call it chaos control, so we all know what it is anyway. Kind of.
We'll figure it out. I
As,
technically
as massive Sonic fans, we all know.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's when President Obama uses it to go to Russia or something.
I mean, the Chaos Emeralds.
In 2003 sounds about right.
How you think he got all that power, bro? Duh.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So that was the first thing I'd written down.
Yeah. I have bold. Did he just call her creamy dreamy? Which is referring to when you first see Eggman in this episode. He's kind of like he's in his lab, and he's got cream and cheese kidnapped, which are the little kid bunny and the fucking chow, and he calls her creamy dreamy.
And wants to fuck her, clearly.
Clearly, like, what the fuck even?
It'll be a running theme throughout the first season, at least, that Cream is weirdly sexualized, but as a child, by a lot of characters.
And herself.
And herself.
No. I recently rewatched one of the episodes where she tries to be cute to like get what she wants, and it's just wrong.
She tries to finger
it's
her
gross.
little pussy.
It's gross.
Okay. Who else wants to list off their first points?
So, my first point that I don't think's been addressed is that theme song.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah, the theme song itself. You know, it's a guilty pleasure.
I'll say this. Using it in the first episode, it's very unfitting because of how dramatic, intense they try to make the opening.
The show.
Yeah, for the first episode at least. Later on, it becomes like more of a casual, like kid show, and they just sort of lean into that. But what they're going for at the start, it's very unfitting.
Very
also,
strange.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we all been misplaced. We all have amnesia. What's going on? Sonic, gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, it
sounds like Fanboy and Chum Chum. You remember that show?
When are we doing a podcast of Fanboy and Chum Chum, fam?
Ow. We're stopping this and we're doing that now.
Never seen the show, never will. Fuck you.
So I also want to point out the best lyric, which we're gonna have to make a running tally for. I'm gonna keep track of this.
Okay.
The line "No time for relaxation," because
we're just gonna save that for later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
I'm gonna start the "No time for relaxation" counter.
My favorite lyric in the opening, since we're on that subject, is probably when the singer keeps blaring "Don't blink, don't think, don't blink, don't think," which the "don't blink" part I get because that's like Sonic go fast, but the "don't think" part, I think 4Kids was trying to tell the audience to just shut the fuck up and sit down and watch the damn cartoon.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's trying to go for we're so cool. You don't have to think about this shit. Just go, man. Just go fast.
So it's so fast that you don't have to.
So badass, man.
All right, glad we're in agreement on that.
And I did write down for Creamy Dreamy. I forgot to bring this up. I did write down Eggman got best ending in Babysitting Cream ?
Ugh.
Babysitting Cream.
You don't know. You never got the best ending.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't fucking play Babysitting Cream. All right.
Because you're weak, David.
Yeah, that's it. I'm weak.
Don't look up that game.
Brother is stronger than
about
you.
Your sanity.
Sure.
We'll play that now while we're recording.
you go right ahead and play that garbage while we record.
Just play this. I don't even know what sound effects. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah. So next point, I guess.
Yes.
Let's see. I had one. You had one. Well, Anthony, my boy.
Yes.
Anthony, you have a point you want to discuss?
Yeah, in your notes.
Just that. Welcome to Earth, furry animals.
What about
furries.
So this introduces a different world. How many different worlds are there?
They don't. I will say something in line with that is that this is a new world, right?
Yeah.
But they purposely give all of them amnesia, and they just deliberately don't do any world building of their world, and we have no idea what the differences are.
Yeah, I don't think they gave them amnesia, did they?
Oh yeah, no, they did. I rewatched the first episode, and straight up, Sonic says, Chris asks him where he's from, and he's just like, I can't remember. He acts like he has amnesia.
I could just be lying, or
no, it wasn't that.
No,
it wasn't that. It was. Do you remember how you learned to speak? And he said, I don't remember.
Oh,
I remember because I just wrote that down, and I'm like, why?
My parents taught me.
Because otherwise it would be world building. You'd have to have parents.
Are you just so damn cool? Too cool for school that you don't even remember how you learned how to speak?
And that brings me to my next point. Actually, is where is Almom? What happened to Almom?
Long Claw.
No, she had a name in the Sonic movie. Anyway.
How dare you not? How dare you not remember, David? Piece of shit.
David. I remember Donut Lord and no one else.
So
it was the best name.
Maybe David. I like cops.
I can't even remember that character's name.
I honestly
can't remember his real name. I remember he called Donut Lord.
Paul Blart.
David.
Yeah.
So
Paul Blart.
so I guess my next point would be is when the S team shows up, with Sam, I think is his name.
Yep.
Yeah, is he a parody of America?
In this episode, it's not clear.
Well, and throughout the series?
In this episode,
Yes, in the series, definitely.
In this episode, he's like smarter than he would be depicted in later episodes.
That's a fair point.
Just like
also,
while they're preparing the car to drive out there, he's just like, "Oh, what's the weather condition out there? How's the highways?" And they tell him it's like dry, and he's like, "Oh, in that case, give me like the medium fine groove." Like,
I know,
he's a
right?
fucking,
Like,
oh
what the
yes,
fuck?
give me the nice Cabernet, Jeeves.
Now, the reason that we believe he's some sort of like representation of the U.S. is he's Uncle Sam. You find out later it's Chris's uncle, who we haven't got to yet. So yeah, that's he's literally Uncle Sam.
So in my notes on him, on the scene where he did, I just thought, are taxpayers really in this universe okay with Formula One race car cops?
Yes, it's cool.
Because they got fucking F1 fucking motor speedway fucking cars. They went all out for Sam.
The question with that is, do you see any high speeders out there?
No.
He addresses that in the episode. He mentions how this town is so boring because of us, because we're just that good at our jobs.
That epic, yeah.
God damn it.
They shoot speeders on sight. Is my guess.
They just like zip right past the speeder, park sideways on the road, come out with fucking
guns,
9mm, just blast their knees.
And that's not a bad question, David, about would the taxpayers tolerate it, but like real cops have tanks in real life.
That's a fair
and,
point.
Like, no one really cares.
That's a fair point.
In fact, there's like they even put them on like websites to show them off, and people love them because they're epic and cool.
Well, epic mayonnaise. So it's true to life then.
Yeah, sure.
I did write down Sonic hates cops, and the show is good, and I'm just gonna leave that out there.
My main note here, besides the theme song, is so much of the stuff that happens in this episode is stuff that is going to be changed and basically never see after this episode. Sam has his speed team. They get like a full 2-minute montage introduction. None of the other members of the speed team are seen like in the rest of the season. He calls himself the Highway Star at one point, and I don't remember him ever being called that at any point after this episode. Yes. Also, this is unrelated to the speed team one. A funny thing I noticed: there's an Irish cop in the first episode, and he's voiced. Yeah. He's voiced by the same guy who voices Pegasus in Yu-Gi-Oh.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Then later in episode 3, the cop with the same design shows up while Eggman's attacking the city, and he just has a different voice. It's a different voice actor. They just dropped that entirely. Yeah. Which is perfect, because the Irish accent was terrible.
So Sonic runs away from the cops. That's where we are, and they have the stupid speed team, and they chase him with the Formula One cars.
Yeah, Sonic is coated black, I guess.
Yeah, my notes actually has what I propose to be the moral of the episode, so we'll get to that later.
Okay. I'm just gonna put cops are classist. They target the rich like in real life. Because they go after only fast cars.
Yeah, Sonic is rich in speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in spirit.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a lot written down here about like what happens.
After he gets chased, he runs so fucking fast. They say he goes Sonic Boom.
That's right.
He runs so fast that he runs off the fucking road, off like
into a swimming pool.
No, runs past.
Yeah. Well, it's more than that.
Well, yeah, it was way more than that. He runs straight through past these wind turbines that go way fucking fast because he's just that fast. powering up.
And he's going up. Like he's off road.
Yeah, in the air, in the fucking air, and
He's
the
magic.
fucking whole town lights up because it's getting so much wind power. Because he's that fast.
That's how it works.
He's that fast, guys. And he's falling. He's like, you know what? This place is that bad. I think I could make a decent life. And then he falls right into the swimming pool, like Anthony said.
And that's when we get to meet the best
Best
character in the
fucking
show.
character. Everyone's favorite.
Most
Anthony's
relatable.
best
Correct.
friend when he was 4.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hero.
I could
Well-
relate to this kid.
Yeah, you're like,
Well,
wow, he has absolutely nothing going on with his life. Just like a 4-year-old. I think
How old is Chris supposed to be?
I'm guessing
7.
10.
in.
maybe.
Guessing, yeah, probably 10.
Yeah. Sonic falls
See.
in the pool, drowning.
12.
Oh, he's 12? Okay, sure.
Yes.
Sure. He's drowning.
Close enough to legal, and that's basically.
Chris
Uh,
Chris saves them, and then we notice they got 2 fucking swimming pools,
Yeah.
which is like the first sign
Yeah, you-
that this little bitch is obnoxiously rich, which is like one of his main character traits.
It's supposed to be something you feel bad for him for, which is great.
See,
It's fu-
See,
oh,
it's
you poor
foreshadowing that he's related to the uncle because he's rich.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor
It's-
rich baby! I can't wait to make fun of him for that for the entire series.
My parents are always gone, and they're rich, and that's wise because they have jobs to take them away. I have 2 swimming pools, and I have no friends to enjoy them with.
I have a fucking damn it. Yes, he does, but we'll get to that later.
I'm
He
offended
does.
by
He
that.
does
the
have friends.
weirdest part.
He technically has friends that aren't
Yeah,
the
it makes you
Has
wonder.
friends.
So it seems like the show is trying to implicate that this kid is like autistically lonely and desperate for like any attention based on how he treats Sonic. Like as soon as he saves Sonic, because if you know anything about Sonic, like he can't swim, which comes into question multiple times later in the fucking show, which is great. And I don't exactly remember the scene, but I'm guessing he just swims into the pool to save Sonic.
He
Yeah.
just grabs them, and then they say hi, and then go to credits.
Yeah, and then he's trying to feed him, and he's like desperately begging him.
Whoa,
not
you're
to
getting
leave.
you're
Don't
actually
go.
you're actually
It's the
getting an
next
episode.
though.
You're getting an episode.
Oh
Yeah,
shit, you're right.
yeah.
I forgot that was
So
Sorry. My last note is that the show implies they fuck, how they stare into each other's eyes. That
Yeah,
was the end of
yeah,
it.
because
That was
they
pretty hot.
So the moral of the story, kids, and this is a quote directly from SpongeBob. Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what? Fuck it, Blue SpongeBob voice. Kids, don't use Formula 1 cars to chase hedgehogs. No.
Yes.
That is.
I did want to point out, I did have this written down. What was their end goal with catching Sonic with the fast cars? Because I wrote down their end goal can only be to run him over. How are they going to catch
true.
him?
I mean, maybe they were gonna, like I said, maybe outrun him. Maybe go complete.
Yeah,
Maybe go like a whole 3 miles ahead. Get out. Get a 9mm and pop him in the knee. This is
I
efficient.
just want to point out that Formula One is like a specific brand of car.
Yeah, it's like a race car thing
Yes.
brand.
Yeah.
It's what the Motor Speedway Indy 500 guys use.
Yeah.
I
I
remember.
just think that's funny that he's citing. It means he knows. It means there has to be a Formula One on Mobius for him
Yeah,
to know.
absolutely.
To know
Totally. That's totally what that
that
means.
reference.
God damn it! All right, so are we ready?
My
ready for
final note
episode
here
2?
before we continue.
Okay.
This will be important later on. So as we know, sort of spoiling a bit, getting into vague future episodes. One of Knuckles, Knuckles is very keenly motivated on getting home.
Mhm.
He wouldn't have been in the Chaos Control if he wasn't there during that opening sequence. The
Which
question,
we don't know what
the question is, what was he doing there? Because in that,
judging Sonic.
yeah,
That's all
just
he did
basically
there. Yeah.
shitting on Sonic for stopping Eggman, being a lib centrist.
Yeah, being a lib centrist is Nuck's position.
He's
in the show.
overkilling it. Typical of him. I remember what he said now. I was just like, you
raped him
you're
too
so
hard.
He quote said like you push Eggman too far, and it's just like, damn, what a cuck.
what a bitch. You know, if you think Sonic was overkilling it, why don't you fucking do something about it? No offense, Nux fan.
Yeah, I know. He has his low points,
Yeah. All right.
but you can't stop how great he is. He is the best character in the show.
So our next
Episode 2.
episode 2.
Well, before we go to 2, Anthony, do you have any other notes you'd like to share for 1, since you didn't have a whole lot there?
No, just like you guys said, just Chris and Sonic's relationship is
Strange.
yes.
Already.
Yeah. I do have one thing I left out. Because we talked about, is it what's cheese is the chow?
Yeah.
It's a little chow thing that's with cream. Chow rules are just Pokemon rules. When it talks, it just says chow.
Chow,
Different
chow.
variations of chow.
In the games, did
So
they?
I wanted to point to.
They
What's
didn't
that?
do that in the games, did they? Side note.
They might have, but I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't too many games. Like, Cream is in the Advanced series, and then she shows up randomly in a bunch of other games.
Heroes.
So,
Love her.
well, yeah, Heroes. I don't remember, because basically cheese was like an object to get. Like, it wasn't really in the game
Okay.
too much.
Well, I was talking about
But
the
yeah,
chow.
it might be.
I was talking like the chows in general.
Oh, I don't think so. They make baby noises, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fucking weird.
And then
Well, not from the
and
game
so,
point.
yeah.
Not from the game. I meant like the show just not even trying.
Right. And now with episode 2, let me read the title here.
Okay.
So it's Infiltrate! Area 99. And our title is Daddy Jet, I think. Is that right? Daddy's Jet
Yeah.
is what I have written down.
Daddy's jet.
Does anyone?
They're coming on Father's jet.
While watching TV at Chris's house, Sonic learns that his friends Cream and Cheese are captured in a high-security, top-secret military facility named Area 99. Chris speaks to his grandfather Chuck and finds out the location of this facility. Sonic successfully sneaks in there, but the rescue operation immediately gets a lot more hectic and dangerous.
All right.
Is when where Tails at the basically shows up.
That was
and
right
joins
on
the
the
group.
scene.
Okay.
I want to point out before we get into it, the
Okay.
reason why it's called Daddy's Jet is because the opening begins with Chris calling his parents to talk about how he rescued a quote cat that is Sonic, and while talking with his mother, famous Hollywood actress, was talking about she's sad she can't be home when she said she would be, but she bought Chris a lot of presents and that they would be arriving on Daddy's Jet. So they should be there.
Such a tragic,
there
such
at
a
night.
tragic, lonely character. I feel so bad for
So
him.
relatable.
All right,
But-
to continue.
But
Davis.
side note here, I didn't even know that. In fact, I'm pretty sure in that episode we never get his name.
Who's that?
The grandpa. I did not know.
The grandpa.
I don't
we
know.
I
watched
think
the
we
whole
get his
first
name.
We watched.
I actually write down Chris's grandpa a lot in my notes here, so I'm guessing
I just
David's
Get,
right.
we get
I
the
just
name
put
Chuck
grandpa.
at a later point, but I don't know if we get it
Yeah.
in this episode.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
We do not get it in this episode. I did a refresher watch today just to get ready for today.
So my first point on this episode is that the two pools is apparently one's an adult pool and one's a child pool, because the mother is explicitly mad that he was in quote the adult pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that yeah, relatable. My favorite part about that scene is after the phone call, Sonic goes, "What the fuck, dude? I'm not a cat." He goes, "Yeah, but my mom," and I quote, "My mom would never believe me if I told her I went into a pool just to save a tiny hedgehog."
Yeah, that's
Like,
fucked up.
wow. You really?
It's an allegory for racism, bro.
Yeah, sure. Fucking fuck it, sure.
That was literally my first note. Was Chris racist to hedgehogs?
They weren't cool until the good ones showed up.
The good ones, the big
Folks.
blue ones.
This one's okay. I think the
he's one of the
next important note here would be that Grandpa is an insane man and a terrorist and hates the government.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, motherfucker.
He's just ready to go.
His
Yeah.
motherfucker, like Sonic, when they learned that Cream and Cheese are like kidnapped, which by the way they were like stuck in the middle of a fucking like billboard, and I thought that was the funniest shit in the world.
Yeah, like how'd they get? I mean, you have to assume they teleported there.
Did they just wake up there all confused and screaming?
Yes.
I'd be freaking out too if that happened to me. I don't like
to be
heights.
fair, yeah, it's just funny to imagine an 8-year-old like furry bunny character doing that.
Is she 8, David?
I think she's 8. I thought she was 8.
I think
Is she
she's
younger?
18.
Sure, Jake, you can.
I
Take
think
that.
she's 8 ass before. That's my take.
Ooh, hot take. But yeah. So he fucking
I've been citing the Sonic wiki for stuff here. Apparently she's 6.
Okay.
You know what that means? Nice and illegal.
Sure, Jake.
So, I am kind of confused here. So yeah, she was on a billboard. They failed to save her before the government gets her.
So no, what happens
Right.
is that Sonic's like, I'm gonna go get her, and Grandpa like closes the garage and he goes, nah, we're gonna help you, and he goes, fucking how?
Yeah.
And he goes makes a
But
call.
at first it was because he asked Sonic. Chris asked
Where
Sonic,
he
"Yeah,
was
do you
going,
even
yeah.
know
Yeah.
where she is?"
Oh
Really?
yeah, that's right. So when he says no, the moment he figures it out, he tries to walk. He shuts the garage, goes calls them.
And then gives him a DBZ headgear.
He
So,
gets a fucking
have
he apparently
power.
has some sort of fucking contact that tells him that they're in Area 99.
Yeah, he just does.
He just knows a
This-
guy.
This
Which
is the Unabomber.
which,
Kaczynski.
I was the Unabomber back in college.
Over 9,000.
Yeah.
his head. Sonic for some reason they have headgear that is just
It'll let
DBZ,
you-
power monitor or whatever.
It'll let
power
you
reader.
see the lasers, Sonic, even though the lasers are perfectly visible.
And like Jake said, this Chris's grandpa is just ready for this. He just
Yeah,
has
he's
this shit
Ready
on
to fucking
hand.
go. Let's fucking drive all the way up to
No
wherever
hesitation.
this place.
No,
Yeah.
all for what is essentially an alien being who he's just met.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we have to assume that this gear, which is child size because it fits Sonic, he was going to use on his grandson. I can only hope that was his plan.
All right, Chris, you're gonna. I think Chris's reason wanting to go is like, I always wanted to say I wanted to be more adventurous and stuff.
Well,
happened
he
boring
doesn't
nights.
even say that because Grandpa has to remind him that he says that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's beautiful. It's
And he
beautiful.
just casually agrees, like, yeah, sure.
It was.
I
there was-
too do not
I
want to be
wrote the
boring.
quote down. It was quote: "You don't want to lead a boring life like your dad."
I hate my son, and you're my chance to undo my errors, grandson.
Grandson.
Very normal and cool.
My next note is Cream freaking the fuck out when she's in Area 99.
I mean, I
Like
would
everyone's
there,
just
which-
like,
oh,
like,
yeah.
like they show like them typing and going da 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 da, and in the background, Cream's like, "Jeez, what are we gonna do?"
I mean, she is 6 in an alien world being held by the government. I
Yeah.
don't blame her for that.
It's just so jarring to fucking.
I guess the question was going to be, what was their long con plan for this 6-year-old rabbit girl?
Oh, murder her. Cut her out because the government is bad.
Dissect
Yeah.
her.
the point.
Assuming that this is a logical society, which it's not. Something about dissecting Cream the rabbit.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to either dissect her or they're going to put her into a camp, separated from her
Yes.
parents.
Well,
I can't.
Sure.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's already separated, but yeah, if
They're gonna-
they could, they would.
Yes.
They're gonna.
They're going to reunite her with her mom just to separate her from.
Yeah, I don't have a lot written down for this episode. I put pro Jared. They're gonna bang right for Sonic and Cream, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because when he rescues her, they say
I
they
put-
say
Kinda
weird,
weird,
they
so-
say weird
Cream has
shit.
better chemistry with Sonic than Amy does. Is what I put.
Correct. Yeah.
Should not be the case.
It should not be, and it's only because they have basic regular dialogue, whereas Amy is always, "I want to climb on that
dick."
Yeah.
All right.
so
Anthony, you haven't had any hot takes for this episode, I don't think.
No. When it comes to this episode, just Cream the Rabbit, man.
Yeah.
and
She's the rabbit, man.
Sonic, Sonic just going in, just like, yeah, like people are freaked by me, but yeah, I'm just gonna go and save her. No problem, no bigs.
That's true.
That is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the end of the episode. Like, they saved Cream, and that's pretty much it.
Like, you would think they would want a low profile.
Tails.
Yeah,
I think Tails technically debuts in this.
Yes, that's right.
Like he
That's
just
right.
shows
I
up
didn't
on
write that down.
a left field.
One of my notes is on how Sonic is a way better friend in these earlier episodes than he will be in
Later,
future
yes.
episodes.
Where's the
he's being a good friend to everyone but Chris.
I'm pretty sure they don't even ask Tails like where he how he ended up. Like they don't even.
Yeah,
it's
they
just
don't
like,
even
oh,
ask.
yeah,
He's
here,
just
cool.
flying.
Yeah.
He's just flying the tornado.
Yeah, and then they don't even ask, how'd you get the tornado here?
I
Did you
think he was
teleport with
flying
it?
on the tornado
Yeah,
when
he was. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just have to assume it was teleported with him,
It was,
and that he didn't crash.
It goes to show you what good friends they are. That Sonic just recognizes the tornado on sound alone.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Here's
They're
an
like
airplane flying around.
They're like running through the hallway. He goes, "That's a tornado!" and just jumps straight out through the building.
Oh, he puts his ear up like to the wall and he says, "That's an airplane," and then he pauses and then he grins. He's like, "The tornado." He puts it together.
He's listening for the revolutions per minute. He just hasn't memorized. It has a very tune.
Grandpa's tech's weird. Side note about that: he's got like paper airplanes that like cut into wires and also turn off.
That was a Grandpa's tech. That was
Tails.
Oh, that was Tails.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I
Yeah,
thought that was
'cause
Grandpa.
there's this
I know
scene
it's
where
confusing
Grandpa,
because yeah, it's just like a one-liner. Yeah, it's just a one-liner.
Grandpa even comments on it, and Tails.
Tails makes more sense.
He also says
Yeah, it's
that
technology never used again.
He
It
says
is never
that it's,
used
like,
again,
really
but it makes more
common.
sense.
He says really common where he comes from.
Sure.
It's just whatever. Alright,
So they meet up and celebrate, and then they show Eggman like they show Eggman in his like little air base thing, and he's like, "Oh, well, this is a new place. Well, I'll just conquer this place and then rule the universe."
I have a funny story about that.
Yeah.
While I was watching on Netflix, I had my my VPN on. It was set to the Orient, shall we say?
Sure.
And
Okay.
when I signed in because of the VPN, I then got basically Japanese Netflix. I went to watch Sonic X, and the end of this episode is for some reason the beginning of episode 3. Like they just shuffled the shit around.
I would not necessarily surprise.
Interesting.
Because we Americans, we silly Americans,
we dumb gaijin. Ooh, funny.
We get the 4Kids dubbed version. I'm pretty sure the Japanese version has extra scenes or extra bits.
Get all the good shit.
4Kids that just didn't want to show on TV. I don't know what they are.
After this podcast is over, we're all gonna learn fluent Japanese. We're gonna watch the Japanese version of Sonic
X. We're gonna go
X.
to Japan together.
And we're going to do this podcast in Japanese again.
It's only fair.
Eat a bag of dicks, Jake.
Oh.
Ooh. You act like that'd be bad. Like I'm pretty sure dicks are very nutritious as long as you don't fry them. So.
Well, they're a bag of rotten dicks.
Oh.
You didn't say that before.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
That's pretty gross. Now, so my takeaway from this episode is, kids don't get captured by the government.
Area 59 is totally rateable.
99.
Yeah, get it right.
Well, it's a lesson for the kids, and they don't have an Area 99 over here.
You get your kooky grandpa to make you some spy gadget toys to invade Area
Just
59.
have Doc Brown as your grandpa.
Yeah. All right. Anthony, do you have any final takeaways for that episode?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Episode 3, Dr. Eggman's Ambition, or also Missile Wrist Rampage, which is just great. Dr. Eggman begins wreaking havoc in the city, taking his E-Series robot E-23 Missile Wrist along with him. He then proclaims through a broadcast signal intrusion that he is going to make this world his. Tails and Chris go up against him, but are driven into a corner. That's when Knuckles and Amy make an appearance and join the fight. However, Amy ends up being captured in the struggle. Everyone pins their hopes on Sonic to solve the situation. Epic.
A side note about that description:
Yes.
Amy
Yes.
chemistry than Amy and Sonic.
You mean Amy and Knuckles chemistry?
Yeah,
A little bit.
only because like Cream and Sonic, they have normal ass conversations.
Well, kind of.
Almost.
Yeah, like
Sorry,
if
almost.
Amy, if someone as annoying as Amy talked to a semi-normal person, it's kind of what you would expect, is someone kind of just being annoyed the whole time,
Like Knuckles,
which is
said
Knuckles'
everything.
default. Yeah.
Yeah,
When he wakes up annoyed, when he takes a piss annoyed, talking to Amy super annoyed.
Fucking Amy annoyed.
So my first note for this one is that he's relying on random deck, like Eggman believes in pure chaos
Yes.
on taking over the world. He relies on random deck machines.
yeah. He's
to
got.
beat
Yes.
the
So he's
This
robot.
got like. Go ahead, Jake.
That was my first note. Is that this is the first use of the cards that will become a commonality of future episodes.
Yeah, he's got
What?
like this
Okay,
deck of
explain it.
cards, almost like a trading card game deck, like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. And
They were
he's
planning
like-
on selling this as a card game.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
See, Anthony's excited to
Buy
play
the
it.
$200 random, like this shuffle machine that looks like Eggman's
Talking about
thing.
the entire second episode, Anthony, I sleep. Talking about the possibility for Sonic X card game, Anthony. Oh fuck yeah, dude!
All based on Eggman's robots and nothing else. But yeah, he puts this deck of trading cards basically into a fucking like case thing on his desk, and that
Yeah.
triggers a slot machine that picks
Yes.
the robot for him, and it just so happens to almost every time be, and I quote, perfect.
Yes.
It's very there's a lot of algorithms involved.
Oh,
you
yeah.
understand.
I
Oh,
looked
yeah.
it up, and there is a Sonic X card game.
Of course there is. Of course
course
there
there
had to
It
be.
had to be.
I'll just stop talking for the rest of this podcast. One more chat. We'll warp into
This-
reality.
This Tails card gets +4 rings while next to Sonic because he's a butt boy.
Because he's
Yes. So definitely the next time we do one of these, we will be playing the Sonic X card game as we're talking.
no way in hell.
If we can find a way, we need to look
No,
into it. But
no.
We
Use
use
Anthony, do
tabletop
you have any
simulator to
points?
play.
Well, it's,
We've added the cards ourselves. We make it. Like it's not gonna be on
Put
there.
on Steam Workshop.
I'm gonna look this up while we're talking. So
You go right
Go
ahead.
for it.
Um,
Anthony,
so we
you got any
we
points?
talked about Eggman with his cards.
yeah.
That's pretty much it. We talked about how Knuckles and Amy are are better relationship than Amy and Sonic.
Mhm.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's pretty much covers it for this episode.
That's all that happens. Do you not have any notes for this episode?
Yeah, right.
I ran out.
Ran out
what?
of notes? What's that supposed to mean?
This is
This coronavirus has done a real hit to my pen and paper, man.
And
I can't.
He's just
My next note is ruined, garbage, not guns. What is the point of sound laser effects?
oh, I
Yeah,
found,
yeah,
I
they
found
have- yeah,
Anthony's.
they have-
I found Anthony's notes here. It's just the N-word in progressively larger letters.
They
yeah.
anyway. So about that when Eggman first arrives to fuck the town up, the cops look like they have real rifles, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's
Actual
that's,
guns.
that's surprising
weird.
from 4 Kids. This is like the same company that like took all the guns from One Piece and turned them into squirt
Yeah.
guns.
Correct.
So see them fucking have real looking rifles. I was like, god damn, okay, packing heat here. And then they have pew pew lasers.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
And that's when David's weenie became flaccid.
Very.
That's when his rating went from a 10 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10.
9.5. Let's.
The action was
Yeah,
pretty
okay, that's
good,
fair.
but there wasn't enough action.
Look at
And then the cops are shown to be not only worthless but
Yeah.
cowards, because they give up immediately. And I wrote, "Cops are bad, show good." And I think
That reminds
Yeah.
me what I wrote for as the name of this episode, which was "Our charter doesn't allow me to surrender the city."
Oh, that's right. I think I completely forgot to list our titles. Because this is the first one that we had different titles. Because you had that, which is hilarious. Because the fucking mayor tries to stand up to him and fails. And then when he fails, he's just like, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
The rules won't allow me to do it.
Hands are tied.
Eggman says the phrase, "My title is Resistance is Futile."
Excellent.
Damn.
It's pretty good.
Let's see.
But yeah, the reason
yeah.
the
Then,
reason
the cops ask him for a fucking driver's license.
yeah.
So I wrote Eggman's a libertarian to refuse the show driver license to cops because he's a sovereign citizen.
Am I being detained?
Am I being detained? I could totally see.
I
Make the
guess-
wrist
yeah.
destroy them
Hey,
for
hey,
detaining me.
If Dr. Eggman like existed in the real world, I could totally see him being that kind of guy.
Hell yeah.
Be
Absolutely.
Elon Musk in our real world.
Yeah, he would be.
So
He'd be like Elon Musk, but he would have already gone to the Mars because he's actually smart. He would have made his own sovereign citizen.
That's-
so
Shit.
so
He would have called. He calls Elon Musk a faggot on Twitter. That's all he
So-
has left to do on Mars.
So while all that's going on, Eggman's just wrecking this town. He's blowing shit up. What are our heroes doing? Jack shit looking at Sonic because Sonic ran off and he could get in trouble, even though you guys know he's so goddamn fast that
Yeah, they're concerned he's going to get caught by the cops
when
for some reason.
we
Cat.
all know that he's fast enough to go through Area 99.
Yeah, well, he's fast enough to break the sound barrier and fly. I think he'll be fine.
He'll be good. He'll be good. He'll be good.
This episode was the one that made me realize how weird it is that they can both speak English, both the Mobians and humans speak the same language. It didn't really occur before until it's like, because Eggman, he's a human. That's obvious. He speaks English, so you'd think, oh, that's normal. But then he shows up, and when he's invading, he's essentially calling himself an alien. He's saying that
Yes.
I'm here to conquer your world. Resistance is
Yes.
futile. Take me to your leader. That sort of thing. So I'm imagining from the perspective of the people who live here, it's just like, where the fuck are you from? If you just are
Yeah.
a dude, a white dude speaking English, saying, I am an alien.
I think one of them, one of the people that was watching the television on that episode were like, "Are we being invaded by aliens?" So I don't know what the fuck's going on with this show.
Aliens and people that might be from Russia are the same thing.
Yeah, fair enough. You got me there.
We can only imagine Eggman has a thick accent to them. Like, he can speak their language and they can understand, but he just has this thick foreign
He
accent.
does have the Jap laugh. The, oh, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't.
It would be more it would make more sense if he played off as like a demon or something, but no.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's got the mustache. You can pretend that's like
Yeah,
horns
he's
and
got
shit.
the height and the weirdness.
He does
Yeah.
look, when you
Oldest
do like the
motherfucker.
close-up where it looks dark, which happens in this episode, he honestly looks very intimidating. He's just like giant fucking lumbering head man with his glasses and the evil smile.
Yeah, like, DBZ, the best show, at least added a tail and pretended that was enough. So, like, they could have done that.
He is like 7 feet tall and not
He is
in
fucking-
any normal human proportion whatsoever.
So my next note here is that they do the Sonic Adventure 1 tornado transformation. They transform to the little X thing.
Yeah,
or
that thing's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's in the game it makes it to where it has missiles, which is pretty much what they do in here. Like, it adds more attack power. But if I remember right, it still wasn't enough for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I also want to note, I didn't actually write it down for some reason, but the animation for the wrist missile guy,
Missile wrist,
which is already he already has the most hilarious name and concept ever, where he just basically has strings on missiles and he just like rocket punches. The animation is so bad sometimes that it just repeats like 3 frames of it just like jiggling in the air. And it was great.
I thought I'd be the first to bitch about this show's shitty animation. Thank you, Lincoln.
Well, I mean, that if they're gonna go with the missile arm guy, like you would think they wouldn't just like do the equivalent of take 3 noodles and then shake them up for the animation.
Yeah. You think?
It was bad.
It's really bad.
I think that's my only complaint on the animation I have that I wanted to bring up. Like, everything else is, as expected, low quality, low frames.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Next episode.
That one was just extraordinary.
Next couple episodes will be when we do this. The next part, I guess, will be even worse.
And this is also the first episode that Amy's in, so it's also the first episode of a long trend where Amy is worthless. And becomes a damsel.
Yeah,
immediately.
like the moment that Knuckles and Amy's enters the scene, because they run into Eggman. They don't learn about Eggman being in the area. They just run into the guy. By the way, Amy's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Runs towards fucking Eggman with her hammer. Fucking nothing.
You guys want to hear my Amy impression?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm a dumb woman.
Sounds like her. Sounds like something she'd say.
Anthony, this episode has your favorite character in it, and you had no notes. You didn't even want to bring up how much Amy twinkles your fancy.
Actually, it's actually Cream who fancies that. Gosh.
God, why does
it's Cream who gets Anthony's fancy.
I think Anthony just implied that he is inserting himself as Sonic, so he like Cream fancies Sonic, so he wants Cream. Is that what I'm getting from this, Anthony? Okay, good.
All right.
I also wrote down Knuckles is Shadow the Hedgehog, but bigger dick, and maybe a literal clone of Piccolo.
Yeah, no, he's a straight up clone of Piccolo.
Yeah,
like
it has that vibe.
Like Saiyan Saga first season Piccolo.
He's always annoyed all the time, and he has a grudge against the protagonist.
I'm glad I went back and watched these earlier episodes after we watched the whole season. Because when Knuckles just like sort of fucked off and flew away, and Amy was like, what? Why isn't he coming with us? And Sonic just sort of like looks. He's sort of glaring.
That's Knuckles.
He's like sort of glaring, and his tone is almost judgmental, where it's just like, oh, that's Knuckles. Yeah. It's just how he does things. He does things his way. And just remembering all the episodes that will happen where Sonic's either just laying like a little bitch on the roof,
doing the
same thing, or just runs off.
Because it's implied that Knuckles, every time we see Knuckles in a series, he's always looking for the emeralds. Meanwhile, Sonic's just like, what? You say something?
That can't be true, David, because there's no time for relaxation.
Fucking God, hate the show.
I think we have time for one more. So you're good?
I was gonna go to the next note.
You still have notes on this? Good.
I mean, it's we kind of went through. Oh yeah, they just have power rings still, because that's how Sonic ends up beating everything. Right. Sonic runs in while everyone's getting their ass beat by Eggman, and Tails like flies towards Sonic to give him a power ring, and it drove me to the first question of drove me to a question that we're gonna have throughout the show. How many power rings do they have?
Yeah, and where do they get them? We actually missed this entirely in the first episodes. We didn't bring up the power rings, and that Sonic has his own Popeye spinach in the show, and it's rings.
To be fair, if I remember right, although it's been like 5, maybe 10 years since I watched Sonic Sat AM, they operated the same way there too, and I think in the comics they operate that way. So,
in some of the comics, obviously, not all.
Them having like energy where he just goes nuck and butts. I don't have a problem
Right.
with. My problem
Dick
is
operates
where
the
the
same
fuck
way,
do they come
not
from
at
at
all.
this point?
I have a problem with it in the sense that they don't explain it,
Yeah.
and they have this like cocky arrogance of like they don't need to
I
explain.
agree. I agree, Lincoln. I absolutely agree. They don't explain like where they come from or how do they work. Like I don't even need an explanation of how they work. Like just explain how they came to be and how many you have. Like don't make these even shittier senzu beans.
It's really bad that the movie did a better job, and in the movie, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, it's just like a weird bag of fucking portals. He has portals,
Yeah.
and that makes more sense.
It does. It's silly, but whatever.
Speaking of, it's very apt that you compared him to Popeye, Lincoln. I'm gonna
Yes.
post the picture you remember from that episode. The face that he makes,
Yes.
the you lose face, which I have taken to calling Popeye fuck me face.
It's just something extra special. I'm pretty sure it'll be the thumbnail for this
Oh,
video.
thank
Is the
God.
Yuru's face.
Thank God.
So you'll all be able to see it. My takeaway from this video is apparently in the Sonic universe, don't be a woman, and you'll be fine. That's my hot lesson from episode 3.
When in doubt, slot it out.
Slot machine
Yeah.
time.
When in
You don't-
doubt, run fast.
Hell yeah.
Good lesson. All right.
My
Alright,
lesson is if you're going to try to take over a city with robots, make sure that your supernatural hedgehog arch enemy did not also get teleported to the city with you.
That's a good.
Yeah, you might want to check on that.
Good lesson. I need to go check and make sure that Samson the squirrel isn't stalking me now that you mention it. I can't.
All right, let's
Power comes from
let's
his
do
nut
one
here.
more here. Hell yeah! So this episode is called Chaos Emerald Chaos, or alternatively, Get the Chaos Emerald. My title I have written down here is I'm Sorry Sonic.
Yes, that's the same one I have.
He'll become relevant later, but it's just funny how sad he says it. From the previous incident, the president becomes aware of Sonic's existence and views Eggman's scientific power as a threat. Afterwards, an agent, Mr. Stewart, is sent to Chris's school to pose as a teacher. It is then reported that a mysterious stone that causes a machine to malfunction has been discovered. Eggman and Sonic's group arrive at the scene and get in a struggle. Knowing that the stone is a green Chaos Emerald, soon after Chris obtains the Chaos Emerald, but ends up falling from a high place.
Oh boy!
With Sonic rescuing him in the nick of time.
He doesn't just fall from a high place; he gets fucking jumped
I
out.
know. I like how it sounds. It sounds like he was goofing off on a building like a dipshit and fell
He
off.
ends up falling from a high place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In context of that, Eggman just straight up tries to fucking murder a kid.
So So this starts the weird ass like theme of the show of how just the shit in their world from Mobius world, I guess they technically wouldn't call it Mobius, but in their world, are just things in this human world.
Yeah.
They're just like they just have Chaos Emeralds, and they're
no, we can assume they were teleported there as well. But what you're
But
getting at is that Grandpa knows about them.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, of course, I know about the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh yes.
So
everyone knows who they are.
Stupid, and then like everyone called Chris stupid for not knowing about them, which is even dumber because a lot of people in this world don't know what they are.
Chris, you dumb
Right.
bitch.
We can only assume that Grandpa has taken the magical drugs that allow him to see with his third eye. That's my guess at this point. Am I dead again?
No, you're good.
Oh, thank God. My first note besides that is Japan thinks hippies are CIA. Because the agent that is assigned to Chris has hippie glasses and hippie vibes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
got
that.
like pink shades or some shit. I was confused by that.
Maybe it's because they just said prior to his introduction that they were going to have a spy on the case, but I do like how you can just immediately tell when they go, "Oh, this is Mr. Stewart. He's your substitute teacher now." He's just like, "Oh yes, this is our spy for the series. Thank you. Thank you for making it obvious, because I am a child
immediately.
watching this."
He needed the glasses so that every time he has a plan or does something clever, he can push them up to his eyes.
Yeah, because that's a smart anime character.
It needs to look like the not funny version of Austin Powers.
Even though he's basically
Yes.
like their Team Rocket in this show, sort of.
Kind of,
But he's James. We love him.
folks.
But we're this is the one. I didn't actually watch this episode, but if I remember correct, this is the one where it's at like a construction site. Yeah, yeah.
The machine malfunctioning is a crap. I forget what.
It was like a
dump truck.
forklift. It was like a dump truck. That's it. Yeah. So they get to this dump truck, and the Chaos Emerald like makes it like go knuckin' like fucking crazy.
Well, it was like a crane that digs up dirt.
Yeah, and it like tried to kill people. Like I might.
Yeah.
Just went.
Like,
it didn't like try to kill people intentionally.
yeah,
it just went crazy.
Yeah.
Like
it just was going
okay.
nuts.
All right. I just want to be sure because my notes say Chaos Emeralds make machines malicious. I guess.
You're just
It's
gay, David.
My very informal notes are Eggman's nose is fighting for screen time because there's a lot of close-ups of Eggman's face.
Yeah, you're
for
right.
some
I
reason.
forgot about that. And this is the second episode of the card thing. What's up?
Yeah, it is.
My best note that I completely forgot about, and I'm currently looking back through like the image I'm looking through the episode pause, but it's Scream high as fuck watching CNN.
This is the first,
That's
She
right.
kind of looked that. She kind of looked
This
that
is
when
the first
you mentioned
episode
Her
it.
with the
eyes were
teacher,
slightly
right?
closed.
At
Yes,
first they're
yes.
slightly closed, and then when they see the dump truck, just like eyes wide open, mouth like wide open, like oh,
Like, well.
it just kicked in. Oh man.
So yeah, Anthony's favorite character appears in this show. Anthony, do you have anything written down for your favorite characters?
He looks like a pedophile.
Excellent.
who
I did
he-
write in our friend Austin's voice, all Japanese people are pedophiles.
All Japanese people are pedophiles, dude.
Oh,
Bruh.
the
They're
butler?
smarter than us. The pedophiles.
Are you talking about the butler?
No, that's the
Teacher.
CIA guy.
Substitute teacher.
Oh.
He's not explicitly Japanese. I was just making a stupid joke
Okay.
because we all noted that he has pedo vibes.
Oh, that's right. Okay, my bad. Got it?
I do also have a note about complaining about animation again for hopefully the last time.
Oh,
When
you mean
Sonic
the fight
is
scene?
running, it might have been. I just made a joke saying Sonic running is perfectly emulated from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 using CGI like nodes, the little node suits.
Yeah.
He's got like some sort of fucking like. I remember like when Sonic shows up and the fucking plane chases him upwards. It looks like
Yeah.
the fucking plane is trying to like fuck his ass upwards.
Yeah,
He's
that's
bumping
right.
and he goes ah.
It's like a dolphin playing with a volleyball.
Yeah, that's a little less fucking disgusting.
And he
Yeah.
should be dead several times over.
Several
That's
times.
a frequent thing in this
Yes,
show.
that's right. He is up against a jet machine robot, and he's exploded, like ran into, you name it, like nothing phases him. It's amazing. And then we note this later on in the series that he finally does get hurt a few times, and it's like ridiculous and random.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very arbitrary, very much depending on when the plot.
Plot needs
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I don't have
Sonic.
any. So I don't have any more notes on the actual fight scene because the whole thing was insanely jarring.
I do have one note on it. Sonic thinks he can just destroy a jet plane by fucking running into it.
With a power ring, of course.
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah,
you
that-
have-
Well, no. He was. I did right. He was close. His theory was halfway there. He just needed his Popeye cock ring.
That's right.
As
Yeah.
I'm calling it now.
Um.
Oh yeah, and then I did write Eggman as a child murderer. So I forget what he.
Oh,
did
I
exactly.
think he tried to knock Chris over a building.
Yeah.
Over a
He was
construction
on.
building?
Yeah, I don't know
Chris-
why he was on the building though.
No,
Because
Eggman
he was
was.
trying to help his friend.
Eggman was in
Oh.
his flying thing, his little egg flyer.
Yeah.
Chris sort of like jumped on to it, I guess, to try to get the emerald. And then when Eggman gets it, he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna dump you off now. Because at one point, like he's flying sort of sideways because Chris is on the wing of the
Yeah.
thing, and he's trying to knock him off.
Yeah. And
That's right. He's an idiot. He jumped on it as if he thought he was going to do anything.
Yep.
God.
Somebody help!
yeah. So after he saves Chris or whatever the fuck.
I forgot the best part. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
After he does that, when he does drop him, Eggman realizes that Chris was holding on to the emerald as he was dropping him. So he's just like, yes, that dumb brat is finally out of my mustache curls.
Yeah.
And then he just realized, oh shit, my emerald. And that's the most concern he has to having
You're
dropped
right.
a human child to its death.
So when
Like,
so when
he's
Sonic
holding something I want.
so when Sonic saves him, Chris like says thank you like a very like emotional way, and he fucking
Well, he says, "I'm sorry, Sonic." That's why we named it the title.
That's right.
Because it's just
And
like,
And
really?
he blushes like he's embarrassed.
Yes.
And I'm
sorry,
like,
Yes.
and I remember putting in my notes how that is fucking weird, and I don't care how
Yes.
normal of a thing that is in anime. It's still fucking weird.
It is weird.
Just to have
He's
like a
gay.
I'm sorry blush.
It's not like he's training to be Sonic's protege or something.
Right? Like
He's a human child.
like he's not like sure, Sonic's probably Chris's senpai. Sure. But
Now,
not
I don't. I hate to diverge from this, but I feel the need to bring up. I wrote in my notes, Cream knows math, or is she faking? Because I wanted to bring up, because I thought it was funny, I wrote that down. If anyone knows what the fuck I'm talking
Right.
about.
see what I was
so
gonna say. See what I was gonna say. My lesson was gonna be make sure you watch 4 episodes instead of 3 ahead of time. Because I'm able to.
That's
Because
right.
thanks to my notes, I'm able to bullshit through my way through this episode. But
Right.
I can only get so far.
It's because you're a little bitch.
Fortunately, my note is inaccurate since we learn later on that
What's
what
inaccurate?
was it?
Wait, what's inaccurate?
Tails loves Sonic so much that he named his plane Sonic. Because
Oh,
we assume it's Tails, but it's
wait, are
really
you talking about
Sonic.
this episode?
Yeah. Well, because he flies the plane with Sonic's name on it.
That's right. Sonic's name
Oh.
is on the fucking
That's
plane.
right. Because we learn why later, but and it's really funny. But we're not gonna.
So
We're gonna spoil everything. God is dead. We killed.
we can actually see each other's notes for these episodes going forward. So Anthony, we actually did miss something super important that you wrote down here. If you want to be the one to bring it up.
Was it the teacher/CIA missed chance to kidnap Chris to play out his dreams?
Yes, because we forgot to bring up that the CIA teacher was trying to catch Chris first with his car.
Oh yeah.
And who knows what evil things he would have done if he succeeded.
Oh, that's right. The funny part about that being, if you like look at how it's going, if Sonic had not caught him, he would have missed, and he would have just hit.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
would have missed.
God,
He was
he
splattered
would
on
have
the
died in front of his
concrete.
fucking eyes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It would have been very normal,
Oh.
very cool.
And then I remember after Chris apologizes and Sonic says it's okay. Isn't that just like straight to credits after that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, because my last
As
note
far
is,
as I'm concerned.
Tails calls Chuck Grandpa at one point.
Yes,
okay.
and it's just kind of like accepted.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
I'm just
okay.
like, yeah, the credits go, and I'm like, was that fucking it?
Ah, beautiful.
Oh, God, I don't know.
I'm trying to think. My lessons is when love is knowing that you don't have to say sorry. That's my lesson from this episode.
Mine is I already said mine, so fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
My lesson is that pedophilia has now been doubly mainstreamed by the addition of this character.
Sure.
pedophilia is okay now because we have
We did it.
all walks of life doing it.
Good job, Sega. Good job, 4Kids. I'm proud of you. Anthony, do you have any? Did you have anything to take away from this?
That his teacher's just a pedophile.
That's
Good lesson for the kids.
That's it.
The lesson the kids need to learn out of this is that Chris's teacher's a pedophile, and that's it.
It's a
Don't
great
trust
lesson.
teachers with those hippie
This
glasses.
is a solid lesson.
It's up there. It's up there with great power comes great responsibility.
The legends.
All right. Well, I don't know if I could do.
All right, so yeah, I think that's it for now.
Yeah.
Next time we'll probably do either 5 through 9 or 5 through 10.
Depending on how much or how little we fucking get out of this goddamn show, because there's just some episodes that are just nothing.
Well, those are the best episodes. Dave.
Yeah, because we can
You
just
get to insert whatever you want.
because we just talk about we just have a 5-minute chat and then just fucking move on with our lives. Those are the great episodes.
Yes.
When we talk about it, when we watch them, I kind of want to like rip my ears out and gouge my eyes.
If you, especially rewatching some of these episodes, I watched up to episode 10 today while I was doing other stuff. But if you try to sit down on the filler episodes and just pay attention to it by yourself, it's fucking painful.
It's almost like Naruto levels of filler.
Yes.
Obnoxious.
And Naruto at least has people. Well, no, they don't die most of the time. Never mind.
At least they go
There's
get.
violence.
At least they go get bread, okay? And that's somehow more interesting.
I get to watch little kids that I find super annoying get beat too close to death, and that's something. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is
the send off is Knuckles fan 169 sending off. Next time the true Sonic X what do we call ourselves? Super Sonic fans.
Sure.
Super fans, the Sonic X super fans.
Sonic X fans.
We'll be here next week. Totally.
This has been Big the Dave.
This has been Creamy Dreamy.
Creamy Dreamy. Oh my fucking god.
Anthony, we will tase your nutsack.
And Anthony,
we will find a way.
What is your nickname that you went with?
XX Shadow is love. XX.
XX
Oh,
Shadow.
XX Shadow is cool.
Oh right, Shadow's cool.
I don't even remember. We'll find out. Find out when we go through these episodes.
I originally had Shadow.
No. You're right, Jake.
Okay.
Just so you know, Anthony, if you fail again, you're gonna be voted off the island, Shadow Boy.
No, you need
Shadow
me.
Boy.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog.
We're gonna replace you with